talk to us a little bit about diabetes and what diabetes actually is. So, Audrey, when did you find out that you had diabetes?
At the age of 15 months old.
Okay, and is there only one type of diabetes, or are there multiple types?
There are actually two types. I have the one that is not a cure. Type 2 is the more common type. And so type 2 is more common, and there is sometimes a cure and sometimes not a cure for type 2.
Okay, and so you have type 1, and what does that mean for you? What do you have to do on a daily basis?
In the morning when I eat, I have to give myself insulin, and I also have to make sure that it has at least like something that will be like protein-ish, because if I just have like all things like sugar, then it will drop my blood sugar.
Okay, and so when you say that you have to give yourself insulin, what does that mean?
That means my pancreas does not produce insulin, so we have to manually give that to me ourselves.
So does that mean giving you a shot?
No, I actually, right here, there's a like lump. That is a diabetic insulin pump. We put insulin into it, and then we have a thing, and we can bolus is what we say, bolus insulin, and so that is getting insulin into my body.
Okay, so how does this affect your life? Do you have days that are harder than others?
Yeah, sometimes I do, because sometimes I can't eat other things that other people can at the moment. Like, I will always get to have it, but not at the time maybe someone else is having it. And at my house, we usually don't eat, because if I can't, then we try not to eat. And I have a stepsister named Lily, and she never really eats in front of me or without me, because she understands.
Okay. And are there any days that you're sad because other people are hurt your feelings or don't understand what you're going through?
Yeah, sometimes, but I know that I have like family, friends, teachers, and just everyone around me to help me. And
that's really good that you're able to look at it on the bright side, and that helps other people understand and get to know a little bit about you and how you're dealing with that. So we are going to show you a video now of Audrey and a clip of the nurse visit and things that happen on a daily basis. Okay, Audrey, so it is snack time, and I know you normally have a routine before snack. And then this is Zoe, your friend. So how about you let us know what you're doing right now?
We are going into the nurse to bolus my carbs.
Okay, and could you tell us a little bit about that?
Basically, we are giving myself insulin, so that way, because my pancreas does not make insulin, so we are giving myself insulin, so that way I don't go high, because whenever I eat, this has basically no carbs, but we still are going to go check my blood sugar and just see what's going on.
And Zoe goes with you for safety, just in case something happens.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're heading to the nurse right now to check Audrey's blood sugar.
It changes your whole.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is another no carb snack.
Okay.
I'll tell you my blood sugar. It is 231.
Okay.
And 231, could you tell me a little bit about that? Is that normal, high, low?
It's on the higher side, but I'm might go down to the gym. So we normally will just leave that.
All right, Audrey, so we're getting ready to go on our snack right now. Could you let us know what you're having for snack and how you make those choices?
Well, we have been doing carb free, so this is no carbs. It's usually meat and cheese, but this is lower carbs, so we're just not going to count it.
Okay.
How I make those decisions is because I have been having low blood sugars, and we thought it was because I was getting a carb snack. Last year I did get a carb-free snack, so we are going to start doing that again.
Cool. Thanks for letting us know that. Okay, Audrey, so it is lunchtime. So what is your routine for right now?
I usually go to the nurse, calculate all my carbs, and then bolus half of them, and then bolus the rest after lunch.
Perfect. Let's go on in.
Hi, how are you? Good. Okay. Okay, we're gonna add these up.
Yep.
Mom has them filled out of how much carbohydrates are on everything, or in everything. 25, plus 10, plus 13, plus 14, 64.
I am 253.
Which is a little higher than it was earlier, right? So when is a dangerous level? What makes you concerned?
And when I'm in the 300s, we do bolus insulin,
Okay.
but that's not like worse. Like it could be worse, which is 400.
And
So
have you
that's-
been at the 400 before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Have you ever had to go to the hospital when you're high?
Almost once.
Almost. What was it, above 500?
I think
Mm-hmm.
so.
And you feel really cruddy when it's that high.
Yes. Okay, so how much do we bolus for half?
So 64 is the total. We divide it by 2. 32 carbs. So we only give her insulin for half of her carbohydrates. And then when she comes back after lunch, she shows me what she has eaten, and then we subtract what she didn't eat, and then finish the bolus.
Gotcha.
32. We are not going to enter my blood sugar. So it will give me 2.45 units of insulin.
Okay.
And then we will hit confirm and start. And how you know it starts is it makes that thing.
So it's happening right now.
Yep.
Yes.
So you have insulin in the actual pump right now.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Neato.
Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Winslow.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for coming to talk to me.
Thank you. I have some questions for you.
Okay.
Number one, how does most of you having diabetes?
Well, I have now been a diabetic for more than 50 years. I was just a very young boy. And when I was very young, it was very different. I didn't have the wonderful pump that I have for my insulin that I do now. And so when I was young, I used to have to take shots 3 and 4 and 5 times in a day. And that was really hard. But science has gotten to be so much better that I'm able to do things and I'm a healthy person.
Yes, I agree. So you kind of just answered this question, but I'll go ahead and ask it anyway. So is it hard, easy, or both?
It's both. It has gotten much, much easier having new technology that will help. But diabetes, the hardest thing about it is that it never goes away. We all know that on the weekends we get a day away from school. And we know in the summer we get to take a little break. And there's almost everything else in the world that you could just say, I'm going to take a break. But for diabetics, there is never, ever, ever a break. Every time you eat something, you think about every time you eat something, you have to think about it and fix it and make it right. And that's right.
Yes. So how long have you had diabetes?
This has been more than 50, so we're now in 54 years that I've been diabetic. And I was so young that I really don't remember anything else.
Yeah, I probably don't remember a time about it.
Right.
Alright. What do you eat when your blood sugar is so low?
I always carry in my pocket some little glucose tablets that I chew up and crunch up right away. Sometimes they're right close to me. In my bag, whenever I carry my bag around with me, I always carry some in a little container like this, and I pop them out and chew them up really fast. It's kind of like chalky candy.
Mm-hmm. What do you do when your blood sugar goes high?
Oh, well, you have to be really cautious and you have to be really taking care of yourself. So each and every day, I always carry with me in this pocket a little thing to measure my blood sugar. And then if it goes higher and higher and higher, then I know that I've got to give myself insulin. So attached to me with this little hose is my pump, and you have one just like this. And in it is that insulin that we both need so much. And then I'll tell it, I better give myself more, and I can push the buttons and it'll do that. And that almost always helps me get my blood sugar back down where it's supposed to be.
Do you ever get low blood sugars during the school day?
I do sometimes. For me, I'm lucky in that it always feels the same. My lips feel funny. They kind of tingle and tickle. And I feel super tired and hungry. Sometimes I get grouchy too. But then I always know that I can grab my sugar tablets and I chew them up and it makes me feel better, really, just in a couple of minutes, and I feel so much better.
How did you know when you first got diabetes?
Oh, well, so I was so young that back then they didn't even have a shot for a disease called the mumps. And all of my brothers and my sisters, we all got the mumps. And we were all sick in bed. There were 5 of us. And we were all sick in bed with the mumps. And my older brother got better, and my older sister got better, and my twin sister got better, and my younger brother got better, and I didn't get better. I kept getting worse and worse and worse. So my mom brought me back to the hospital to say, he's not getting better from the mumps. And they said, we have to tell you that he now has this thing called diabetes.
Alright, well, last question. What kind of pump do you have?
Oh, my pump comes from a company called MiniMed, and I really like it because it also connects to a little sensor that tells me how much blood sugar I have, and so it will read directly from my pump, and it thinks for itself, and it says, oh, I think Mr. Winslow needs a little bit more, and it'll do it for me automatically. So it gives me a little bit of chance every once in a while that I can take a little break from it.
Alright, well, thank you.
Thank you for asking.